Hello, everybody. Welcome to the daily political tarot readings here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you for being here. I am here 365 days of the year to take your 12 political questions out of the chat. You cannot get rid of me, try as you might. And yeah, my hands are, I'm almost there. I'm almost there where I can shuffle, but I'm not quite. So we're still going to do this. We're still using the app. But soon. 10% of my income from everything Black and Orange goes to Feeding America at feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country. That is an ongoing thing. We have epic troll slayers who keep us safe. And if you're watching this on replay, hello, you can go down in the description box. All the questions are there. The timestamp, I timestamp them as I go. All right, so... Oh, Aiden's here. Hello, Aiden. Good to see you. All right, and hello to everybody. Oh, okay. Ricky says, okay, I think I got worked out my star of the show saying. Okay. Oh, this is quite the compliment. Yes, this is quite the compliment. And the star of the show, the inspiration behind Baby Yoda. He's a boo-boo and kitty. Hello, sweetheart. Hello, very good boy. Oh, you're right. With the ears, you are absolutely correct. Look at those ears. Look at those Grogu ears. Hello, sweetheart. Good boy. One second. Oh, you are precious. Yes, you are precious. You are precious. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Okay. Okay, and the inside of my hand. Here, look at my palm. All these weird things. Oh, come on, wire. Work with me here. Okay, I'm working. I'm trying. Okay, I'll get this sorted out, and we'll jump into the questions. Whoa, that is cattywampus, and not what it should be. There. Okay, we're good. Thank you, Kay. Yes, Kathy, the true treasures in life, and Anna with that is very cute. Okay, Amy, yes. Ooh. All right, so we're gonna jump in. This first question. These are the days and the questions that just mwah. And while I'm putting this in, so our first question starting at 3 minutes 30 seconds in. I do want to mention that that's not the date. That number up in the corner, that's not random. That's literally, this is the 1,332nd video on this channel. I'm here all the time. So anyway, thank you, Nikki. All right, so we're going to start in with a very good suggestion. Now, it's from John Bolton, but we can forgive that because it's a good suggestion. John Bolton tells the media, call Donald Trump's bluff. File a Freedom of Information Act request for all the documents he said he declassified. He said he declassified them. Go ahead. And it's not like the media wouldn't be willing to do it. Matter of fact, I want to say there's a guy in Florida, a younger guy in Florida, who he has a knack for getting his FOIA, that's what it is, Freedom of Information Act, FOIA. His FOIA requests, he got them, he gets the stuff. People actually pay him to file FOIA requests and what have you, because he's so good at it. So there are actually people who, like, they're really good at this. And certainly at like the Washington Post and New York Times and these kind of places, they're definitely going to have people there who are good at it. So, yes. Kathy Delisle's asking, did you have perfect attendance in school? Pretty much. Well, yeah. Yeah. I certainly, I didn't miss days of work. It was, I would, like 1 year I'd miss one day, and then another year I wouldn't miss any. Yeah. So anyway, I've got that sixth. My sun is in Scorpio, but it's in the 6th house of Virgo, which is the sign of working, which is a sign of daily working, craftsmanship, also health and what have you. I've got that background Virgo energy. I can't. Plus Saturn on my ascendant, so let's get things organized. All right, John Bolton. They're going to call his bluff. I'm going to share this. So. Oh, I just realized I don't know what I've got for the background. Oh, blue. I didn't fix the background. See, I've got these options, but I don't like them. Do I have anything handy? I have this from yesterday, although it's a little orange. It'll do. All right, Bolton, are they going to call Trump's bluff? Here's the thing. Nobody wants these documents. I mean, honestly, the stuff that is really top secret, who wants that? No. And that's what this shows. That's the card for the reading, which is the messenger, the message, the stuff. The envelope, please. Trump played fast and loose with classified information. No kidding. It caused major headaches for anybody around him who was in charge of that said information. These are bad legal decisions. This is a mess. It's a card of disappointment, but it's trying to kick down the cups. And it's not that, honestly, I hate to say this, but it's true. I know I'm naive. I'm still, there's a part of me, I should say, that is still surprised when people are terrible. When Trump is really, really terrible, and there's still a part of me that's like, oh, I shouldn't say really, really bad things about people. But when people tell you who they are, when they show you who they are, believe them. And one of the best pieces of advice I ever got in my life was trust is consistent behavior over time. So Trump is Trump, and he doesn't care if any of this stuff is actually released. He really doesn't. He does not care about national security. Zero. Zip, nothing. Absolutely nothing. But the FOIA requests, I don't think that's going to work with America's secrets. And frankly, this doesn't feel like the Washington Post or other organizations going and getting this information or keeping we all want this stuff to be secret. And I think it will. But the other question is, how do you word it? How do you figure out what do you ask for as far as what he declassified or not? Oh wow, Sempris, hello. I'm reading the DOJ's omnibus response to motions to unseal regarding the affidavit, and whoa boy, Donald is in trouble. Really? Tasha Monroe says 100% accurate. Thank you. Yeah, not exactly. Trump cares about nothing or no one but himself. Narcissism. It's ugly. Semper says filing the FOIA requests and them being denied is the point. So the next question would be, if I can back up, back. Why are you ignoring me? I'm hitting the button. Leave the reading. Yes. Oh, Linda Sue, I don't think it was Trump who left the information in the ladies' room. It was Kellyanne Conway, or it was another aide, or it was Ralph Lauren model girl. The question is, will 11. So at 11 minutes in, will FOIA requests help blow up Donald Trump's defense? Will FOIA requests blow up Trump's defense that I can just declassify anything? Just wave my magic. Yeah. It clarifies things. I'm getting clarification. I'm not getting. Yeah, this is a separate thing. What's going on at the DOJ about Trump and the people around him? That's the chariot here. That's the big deal. And again, this is big news organizations both wanting to get that information, but also not wanting to get that information. It's a story in and of itself if they can or can't. And trying to get it is a story in and of itself. That's Trump's legal situation. This clarifies the situation. This is working. That's the card of refusal. Queen of Pentacles. It's this double-sided, hypocritical, rules only apply to your side. Rules only apply to you. This would be Republicans saying, oh yeah, well, the president can do what he wants, but he can declassify things for himself. Or if he has them, then they're declassified for, just like, no. But they're still twisting themselves up into pretzels, and he's still a bully. So it doesn't feel like this is the crux of it, but it certainly will clarify some things. The laws still stand. And the Espionage Act has not been repealed, despite what Rand Paul wants in his dreams of being John Galt. All right, at 14 minutes in, this is very interesting. Thank you guys for being here. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Hippie Sue. All right, so an ex-Trump org grift co, as I call it, official Allen Weisselberg. There are hints of a possible deal. Hints of possible. Allen Weisselberg is expected to plead guilty in the tax case against him. You don't get a deal unless you pay for it. Will he bring his old boss down with him? Weisselberg in the tax case. Feels like a bigger reading. Okay, let me see if I can find the energy. All right, I'm getting a mental image of Weisselberg sitting, but like, you know, when you sit down and you put your chest like against your knees kind of thing, where he's like trying to catch his breath, like panic, attack. Something's hitting home hard. And it's just a rumor that he's going to plead guilty. He may not, but oh my gosh, the panic attack. So Weisselberg, it's to protect his kids. Business, riding roughshod. Come on. In the past, they did what they wanted. Base of the reading, Trump's base of power, hanging above, fruits of labor, fruits. Oh, have you guys been watching House Sparks? In some of the legal documents, they've been starting to use phrases like the fruits of crime. Now, my brain immediately goes to the shadow. The weed of crime bears bitter fruits. Crime does not pay. The shadow knows. All right, but what Hal's been doing is every time he reads it, he's been doing this funny voice and saying the fruits of crime. I rolled my R's more, but the fruits of crime. Yeah. So that would be right here. All right, near future. Scrutiny, but also it feels like isolation. As in cooperating. Home environment. He's trying to save his family. That's what this is. Yeah, he's trying to save his kids. Thank you, Azalea. Hopes and fears, temperance. Weisselberg was hoping for some kind of temperance, but what other people see, rank corruption. And they've got the documents. It's the double set of books. It's the the valuations that are all over the map. And it's literally everything from tax fraud, bank fraud, insurance fraud. It could be, there's a list. Final outcome, 10 legal swords in his metaphorical back. Which makes me think that either he's not giving them much, so they're going to come... so they're going to come down on him extra hard, or it just so galls him to turn against the Trump family, who he has protected and enriched, potentially illegally, allegedly illegally, for decades. That is spending your whole life doing something. All right, you chose to do it illegally, but then you've got to turn against those people. So this messes with his identity. This is not easy for him. Apple says less than a year in jail is not just. Oh, where did you hear anything about it, like less than a year in jail? Weisselberg, my understanding is he's in trouble. But please correct me if I'm wrong, because there are a lot of, maybe they're only talking about certain, well, I mean, his trial starts on October 24th. So I guess we have some idea what the current charges are, but that doesn't mean those are going to be the only charges there will be ultimately. Kevin Brazil, 5 months. Really? But will he turn on Trump? And news predicted today, says Apple. Okay. Linda Sue says, do not dismiss the toll of stress over an unknown jail sentence. True. Thank you, Aiden. That is very sweet. Sempris says, so far it sounds like he's just taking a plea deal and not one with cooperation, but I don't see him getting much of a plea deal without flipping. True. Joanna's saying news says he's making a deal. Okay. Oh, here we go. So there is more information. Kevin says he's only pleading to the cars and apartment stuff. Tasha Monroe is saying the Manhattan DA announced they're agreeing to a 5-month prison plea deal with no cooperation required. Really? $21. So it's 5 months and no cooperation. Let's see if there's more going on behind the scenes. 5-month sentence and no cooperation. Apple says sometimes served. Linda Sue says he's refusing to be a part of the Trump case. I don't think that's really his call. Kevin Brazil says there's no cooperation on this. If he is dragged into other cases, he cannot plead the 5th. Taylor B says they know what they're doing, Garland, James, and Willis. Yes. Okay, well, let's see. 5 months and no cooperation needed for Weisselberg. Is that it? For the kind of tax fraud he said to be a part of? I've got this card again. This is bad for him. This is very, very bad. This is panic attacks. This is not sleeping. This is going to prison. This is terrifying to him. We will see judgment. And this is major arcana. So I think there's something. Maybe no cooperation. Maybe he already cooperated. Home environment. It was total corruption. Sorry, just allegedly. Hopes and fears. Yeah, they're coming after him, which they are. All right, so center, the death of the, this is the merchant. So this is going to be this is the death of Grift Co., the Trump org. In the past, oh yeah, you do what you want, and you is a thief card hanging over him. And underneath is prosecution. Prosecution for theft, basically. Near future, Ace of Cups, raining all over his parade. Very emotional. Glennon Miles says 100 days and he may be free to go. Wow, if only all citizens got that leniency. Kelly says, I wonder if he exposed incriminating email or texts. Marie Wells says he's old too. Taylor B says, ask the cards, what is that? What is what, my friend? Gretchen says there may be a lot of fines or forfeiture of property. Tasha Monroe says maybe he's cooperating with another investigation, but they're keeping that information under wraps. Since there are so many ongoing investigations around Trump, that's true. This does not look good for him. So the question is, this 5 months may not seem like much. and barely 3 months or just over 3 months would be worse. But that's a lot of judgment, and that's a lot of panic. I'm getting big time panic attacks over this. Big time panic attacks. So how will where are we? We are at 2545, 2025, 2026. How will 26? How will the Weisselman deal affect Donald Trump's criminal exposure and not retribution and justice? Ask, how will the Weisselberg deal affect Trump? I've got a mental image of Trump. He's like looking over his shoulder, but then he's looking over his shoulder again and again. So he like goes in a circle. I mean, I'm getting a mental image of Trump going. It's like, wow. How is this going to affect Trump? Not well. What other people see Trump being a bully? In the past, ill-gotten gains. Entertainment only YouTube, but that's ill-gotten gains. Continuing to work on trying to save this. This is business. And here we have the weeds of crime bearing bitter fruit. Home environments, legal decisions. Hopes and fears is the emperor, but I don't think we need to pay attention to that. Trump's just hoping he can get away with everything as usual. It's this Queen of Swords that's really the big deal here. So the Weisselberg thing is he just taking the fall and nothing happens to Trump? Oh no, something happens to Trump. Oh yes. Yeah. Tower, Wheel of Fortune, prosecutor. Yeah. Diane B., Trump's passports have been revoked. I think we're reading on that. Yes, number 6. He actually got them back. But anyway, oh yeah, don't think this means Trump's getting off with nothing. No. Nope. Okay. Well, Weisselberg, well, take away from it this, all right? We may not be able to see everything, but really the key here is, one, I'm getting the most epic panic attacks off of Weisselberg. And 2, Trump's not going to get away with anything. So Marie Well says boo. Oh, that he got them back. I understand. We'll read on it. We'll get there. All right. So Kelly had a question that blew my mind at 29:30. 29:30. Trump's lawyers copied voting machine data for multiple states after the 2020 election. Really? In a major unauthorized data breach, what will happen? Will Sydney Powell face charges for her role in voting machine data collecting and voter fraud? And there are a number of them. It's not just her. So Trump's lawyers apparently illegally copied voting machine data. So let me ask about the whole group of lawyers who did this. Yeah, I think they've got some problems ahead of them. Yeah, big old tower card. Home environment, that's a refusal to cooperate, refusal to accept the election, insult to injury for the hopes and fears. What other people see, that's a big chunk of information. And I wonder how much they get paid for that. Evidence. There is evidence, according to this. Biden won. Our president at this moment is Joe Biden. Yeah. All right. We're supposed to be able to just vote and be a part of this, but these people thought they could stand up, and I mean, it is the card of a lawyer to me. Base of the reading, this was the plan. Hanging above it, you've got the government. So there's evidence, but there's a big old tower coming for the lot of them, apparently. Weed of crime bearing bitter fruit, part of the cult. Again, evidence all laid out. And these people are not as important as they think they are. World card, everything changing from how things used to be for them. End of an era. And not that they're going to stop trying to bully people, but world card, Wheel of Fortune, the way you've been living your life, it is shit. Done. Forget it. Goodbye. No, this is not going away. This is not going away. Good. All right, at 32:45, we have Sandy's question. 32:45. Of the passports that were confiscated from Mara Lago, were any of them for undocumented workers? A common practice for human trafficking is to take their passports upon arrival to keep the workers captive until their debt is paid off. I wouldn't put anything past. My gut is to say, oh no, of course not. But it's Trump, so we have to look. So has Trump been holding workers' passports? No. Nope. Isn't holding on. He's a bully. His dynasty and what have you. Basically, by living at these golf courses, he has a full staff the whole thing being a tax write-off. He's a scam artist. Semper says the passports were not anyone else's as far as it's been reported. That's what I heard, but it's worth checking. There is Mara Lago in the center, so they did go to Mara Lago. There's Judgment. There's the Six of Pentacles and the Six of Cups. He didn't pay them well. He didn't treat them well. Surprise. But no, I'm not getting that here. So, all right. So at 34:30, interesting follow-up, where the FBI took his passports. Granted, yes, 2 of them were expired. Did they take them on purpose? Kathy DeLaz says the passports were returned. Yep, I mentioned that earlier. But were they taken on purpose? Like to stop him from fleeing, or? I think they were covering their bases. Because this legal heartache hanging over the reading, card for the reading plus justice, right there. This isn't in the future. This is up in your grill. Ian, do you get the same outcome by not shuffling the cards? No, this is totally random. The machine is choosing. And yeah, I think it's being affected by spirit, but to each their own. So justice is up in his business. To take things away from him, to take away his options. And yeah, they were willing to give it back, but I wonder if they were worried right off the bat that he could skedaddle. And now that it seems he's not actively trying to do that, but there's a burden. There's a whole lot of stuff that they took. So I think it was on purpose then, but I think it was just in case. Marie Wells says passports trace where he's been. True. But those, we kind of know when he's gone on overseas trips. But I hear what you're saying. And they definitely wanted the information that's inside of it. But I think they're like, yeah, okay, take it back, because they've got the info. And the first kind of worry they had, they were trying to keep an eye on that. Apple says, think diplomatic passport illegal. I don't know what that means. Sorry. Okay. At 37:30, Justin's mom. Well, this is related, but I just want to double check. Why did they give him his passports back? Just double checking. There's not much here. Same thing I was getting before. They were trying to gather as much information as possible. They were afraid he might be a flight risk right when they not their main concern, but there was a thought maybe they would, maybe he'd try to flee, but he hasn't tried to. And they gave it back because his lawyers basically said to. Yeah, there's not much information here, so more information. So see the previous question. Apple says he's no longer president, thus has no diplomatic passport. Do you get a diplomatic passport when you become president? I've never heard of that. I have never heard that. Kathy Delisle says presidents can keep the diplomatic passports. But Hippie Sue is saying diplomatic passport is property of your country's people, not Trump. Deborah says Biden has to cancel the diplomatic passport. Really? Tasha says, yes, you get a diplomatic passport. Interesting. It won't do him much good. The thing about diplomatic immunity and stuff like that is your country has to be willing to abide by it, step in, and Biden isn't going to do anything to protect Trump. I've never he's so fed up with Trump and angry with Trump. He's like, no. Nothing. Frank says, once you're not president, it automatically expires. Well, I learned something today. Thank you. Holly Friend says, yes, they do. Ex-POTUS is often allowed to keep it. Interesting. Thank you. I did not know that. I don't think it's going to be, I don't think it would do him much good, but I doubt it still works. But, All right, at 40:15, now we go on to the crazies. Not that that wasn't crazy, but oh boy, we're really going on to the cuckoo clocks now. Trump's candidate for Arizona Secretary of State is as bat mess bonkers as the rest of them. He is bragging about his weapon stockpile and his, quote, Treason Watch List. And he is likely to win. I heard. What's going to happen here? Trump's candidate for Arizona Secretary of State, with his weapons stockpile, his Treason Watch List. Oh boy. Oh, you can absolutely keep expired passports. I have one from when I was 16. It's one of the best pictures of me ever taken, and no one will ever see it. Arizona Secretary of State news. Let's look for news here. Who is this person? Arizona Republican Secretary of State nominee kept a treason watch list and posted about stockpiling ammunition on Pinterest. Yes, Pinterest. Here, see my kitchen redo and my weapons stockpile. It's organized in bins that are labeled handguns, AK, AR, I don't know guns, grenades, ammunition, all organized and in baskets on Pinterest. Who is this? Mark, State Representative Mark Finchem, 2 weeks ago won the Republican nominee for Arizona Secretary of State. Propelled by a platform of radical election reform. Jeez. Oh boy. All right, let me copy this into the candidate for Arizona Secretary of State. Representative Mark Finchem is a cuckoo clock, is a nutball. News. And is a self-proclaimed member of the Oath Creepers. So, oh, he's that guy. Anybody who's unsure, let's share, shall we? Share screen. Mark Finchem. Yeah, that's him. All right. Tasha Monroe says the dude is bonkers with some extra large crazy baked in. Kevin Brazil says all hat, no cattle. I love this rat. All right, let me go back to this. So, Mark Finchem. So how's it going to go for you in Arizona? Going to be the next Secretary of State with your ammunition pile? I can't get over the Pinterest part. He has his treason list in his bullet journal with the lovely scroll work that he does by hand each month. Mark Finchem. Is he likely to win? Because that's a That's big old Democratic energy right at the end. Bigly Democratic energy, and this far right fringe on the defensive, hoping that the crazy will bring the crazy voters in. Trump is the hanging over the reading. Center of the reading. Ding cuckoo, ding cuckoo, ding cuckoo. If he gets in, that will be bad. Come on. Secrets on the defensive, more on the defensive, still putting out there. And it ends in the Queen of Cups, which is Democratic energy. So let's hope that this guy does not get much traction. But I've got I've got some strong Democratic energy here. I've got fooled, he does what he wants, but it ends in a hanged man. So personal transformation says, I don't think they will turn out to vote. People in Arizona are sick of the nuts. Yeah. Kate Garcia says, we're going to have to vote like never before. Don't leave it to someone else, please. Exactly. Oh, Rob D probably painted the walls in a lovely insurrectionist indigo. Oh. Well, you would think it would be painted the walls in a lovely MAGA red. You know what? After that, I need to let me remove this for a second so I can pull up something really that I really liked that I sent to Sarah the other night that I think you'll like. Hang on, let me pull this out. Just gotta wait for this things to load. This poor woman. I sent her so much stuff. All right, you saw the little Bailey chicken wing legs yesterday, little cutie, and the longest nails I've ever seen. Oh, here it is. Oh, found it. Okay, ready? Make sure I'm small. Can you read it? Thank you, Azalea. If you can't read it, it says, made you look. Black Lives Matter. Well done, sir. Well done. Well done. That was good. Yeah. Oh, and for funsies, this was fun. This was kind of funny too. The original tweet was, how long is the radical left going to carry on their witch hunt? Total ignorance, just a bunch of scarecrows, perhaps? Stone Kettle replied, please accept very strong English. I am authentic American man, person like tractor, cabbage, vodka. Yeah. All right. Back to the readings. But it's nice to throw some stuff in like that now and then, just for fun. All right. At 49 minutes in, okay, 49. Where are we? Okay. So Trump and the Republicans, Trump who has some standing in this and Republicans who have none, they're trying to get the search warrant affidavit unsealed against the DOJ's wishes, because it will reveal what they're after, which way they're going. It'll basically, if it doesn't torpedo the case, it'll come close. It will definitely weaken the case. And there is a judge on Thursday. A Judge Reinhart is going to rule on Thursday if the search warrant affidavit will be unsealed. Now, he isn't a Trump appointee. And Trump's trying to get rid of him because apparently this person also donated money to Democrats over time. But so is Trump's search warrant affidavit, is it going to be unsealed? Is it going to be unsealed? Big old justice card. Big justice card hanging over this. So there should be actual justice. I think we're going to be quite pleased. A legal decision needs to be made, but the government is fighting back. This is trying to torpedo the case. But the times they are changing as far as Trump's constant protections. This is us being quite pleased. Very pleased about the whole situation at Mara Lago, and this is silent scrutiny. So this would not be a reveal. This would be only a few people get to see this. So I think fingers crossed. What the cards are saying is it's not going to be unsealed. And Garland, the FBI, whatever, they can continue on. So good. All right. So at 52 minutes in, let's have a look here. 52. Kristen was asking, is it LIV? The LIV Golf Tournament, Live Golf Tournament, 54 Golf Tournament? Was the LIV Golf Tournament used as a cover to pass intel to the Saudis? Howling at the Moon. That's being investigated. There's some kind of investigation of the plan. Oops. To do the whole golf thing. I know there's not a golf course at Mara Lago, but still, that's the card I get for his properties, his business, his thing. Page of Pentacles. He needed the money. Trump is desperate for money. And it gives him a chance to bully the PGA and try to turn the golf thing into, basically American golf into his own personal cash register. And he thinks he can do what he wants, but there's an investigation. This thing's being bookended by investigations. Anne is saying LIV, Roman 54, yes. Also LIV as in live. An exhibition tournament with 54 holes, yes. So they do pronounce it live. I'll just call it the live tournament then. I know it's 54. You guys told me that. Kelly wondering if it's money laundering. This is being bookended on either. Is this the moon? So there's some red flags. There's big red flags on this play. And then I know that's a different sport, but Queen of Swords, Knight of Swords, it's being looked at closely. And if it isn't now, it will be, but it feels like it is now being looked at. So, LIV past tense. Thank you, Anne. So, hang on. All right. Sorry, I was just having a look. I thought there was something there, but I missed it. Okay. So passing things on to the Saudis. And I wouldn't, the LIV Golf Tournament. Yeah, I wouldn't. Didn't Trump try to start a football league with like shorter games and smaller fields and all this kind of stuff, and it tanked. Wasn't he part of that? Because this is not going to have a future. Not under him, anyway. All right. Whew. So at 55:30, Holly had a question. Rudy Giuliani is in trouble. He's been told he is now the subject, or he's the target of a criminal investigation in Georgia. But Trump, Michael Cohen said this on MSNBC, and it's true that the next thing Trump will try to do is to find scapegoats and find other people to blame. And Holly's wondering, will TraitorTrump throw Rudy under the bus and try to say all of that stuff was all Rudy's idea? Now, he wouldn't. He's on tape asking for 11,780 votes. I forget. Anyway, it's not going to work. But is TraitorTrump going to try to blame everything on Rudy? Ugh. The amount of gross anger and violent fantasies coming off Trump right now is just vile. What is it with him and the violent fantasies? I just ugh. I am the emperor. I am the center of all. You are a pathetic excuse for a human being, walking embodiment of all 7 deadly sins. You are small. You are pathetic. You are disgusting. You are an embarrassment. You are un-American. And you have stupid hair. He's going to do whatever he needs to do to try and get out of this. But they've got him on tape. That's a point, Holly. The violent fantasies are almost amusing because he's an utter coward. Yeah, tell us how you really feel. I guess you'd never be able to guess. He's going to try anything, but it's insult to injury, burn your bridges, lose your friends. Thank you, Julie. Yeah, nice try. Nil point. Okay, what is going on here? Why do you... Weird. Okay, it's not listening to me. All right, so at 58 and a bit... Kathy C. was asking, 8:15, will Biden announce student loan relief for all borrowers soon? If yes, how much is the relief? I wouldn't. I would only get a sense of a lot or a little. I can't give dates. I can just give a general sense of the energy. But will Biden announce student loan relief for all borrowers soon? When I've read on this before, what I got was not until we have more people in the Senate. But let's see. Biden announced relief for all borrowers, student loan relief for all borrowers soon. He wants to. He's going to get some serious pushback. This doesn't look good. Death card and the Emperor in the center. Oh, you don't need to use your claws, Goofy. Just relax. The Empress is the card for America. But ultimately, what other people see, you've got Howling at the Moon. Oh. and 8 of Cups is a lot of stuff from the right. Home environment is all about the rich. These are not great cards, but the Empress is in the future. We have to wait. I'm afraid we have to wait. So, sorry. It's a good boy. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. Okay. All right. No harm will befall the kitty. All right. Lisa Graham, I like that. Boo Boo needs a cape. He does. Yeah. Have a great day, Kelly. Anne is saying there has been some relief for students for for-profit schools. So, yes, Patricia, Boo Boo's and Kitty imparting relief from stress. Oh, definitely. Definitely. Okay. So 10130. 130. The Washington Post is reporting that while Liz Cheney will probably lose her congressional seat, she will more than likely run for the presidency in 2024, potentially as an independent. Would she have any success? All right, Liz Cheney, running for president. Democrats. Even some Republicans voting for Democrats. Home environment. She could raise quite a bit of money for the campaign. I'm afraid this isn't. Yeah, it's going to hurt. Her party's turned against her. The near future, she's really going to be feeling beaten up. But she wasn't willing to be that far right person. She wanted to be the voice of the quote unquote prosecutorial voice of reason. Base of the reading, a bunch of Republican lies hanging above the reading, out in the cold. She can raise a lot of money, but 2024, I never get anything but Democrats winning. I can't think of a single time I've read on that where it didn't say Democrats are going to win. So, okay. All right. So, I have done more than 12 questions. So, that is going to do it for me for today. But thank you so much for being here. Oh my gosh, I'm so grateful for you. You have no idea. It is 1:08 p.m. here in Chicago. At 4 o'clock, I'll be over on the Book Art Media channel to do creative sprints. You're always welcome. Other than that, I will be right back here tomorrow to do more of your questions. Just put your political questions in the chat before I come on. And other than that, just don't forget, you're not alone. We are in this together. Please vote. Please vote. And what was that? What's that thing I always say? Oh yeah, there are good days ahead, because there are. All right, take care. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And I'll see you right back here tomorrow. Thank you.